Alright guys, welcome back. So COREWEAVE. So today, 22nd May, stock is trading at 115. We talked about this one couple times actually. Somewhere right here, I was talking about potentially May 3rd. I think it was trading around like 50 bucks. Possibility that this stock could go $100+ and squeeze. The last week I think or so we were talking about this one, but I wasn't expecting it to happen as fast as it happened. But here we are. This stock is from its IPO price of 40 or something right there, 30 something, it is at 115, 116. So this is a parabolic move now, and a lot of people think that, okay, this is going to keep going. But again, I'm not here trying to be bullish or bearish, but there are a few things I'm watching from here. So essentially in the morning I was watching, even yesterday when overall market, NASDAQ, everything was red, this stock was finished the day super green. And today as well, overall markets are flat. If you take a look at the even like heat map of the market, S&P 500, there are some tech names holding up the market, sure, but majority of the stocks, like 400+ names in S&P 500 is negative, and this IPO, again, it's just the market darling, right? So in the morning, probably a lot of people felt that this is going to roll over because pre-market it put a high, and a lot of shorts again piled into this, and now it's getting squeezed because it is hard to borrow. You cannot borrow this stock. I mean, of course, there are platforms you can borrow, but you have to be using some professional stuff. Again, I'm just sharing you one platform, Interactive Brokers, where they don't have shares if you want to borrow it. So this is a perfect recipe, right? Again, when IPO is brand new, not many people own it, not much places you can borrow this stock. This is what happens and how far it can go. So a lot of this move also happening because of crazy call buying activity that was happening. And a lot of times when you see people buy the heck out of calls, one way of market maker hedging. So today, again, it's been only 1 hour and I'm seeing like 100,000 call volume, 76,000 put volume. One way of their hedging. So let's say you're buying 110 call and it has a delta of 67. So they will buy 67 shares. As soon as you sell your contracts, they will sell their hedge. But this is just one way, okay? They have many other ways of their hedging their position, because essentially if you're buying a contract, you're buying it from market maker, okay? You're buying it from the bank, whoever is doing the market, right? Whoever wants to sell you that contract. But as soon as people start capitalizing those calls, this is essentially the one where, I mean, you might see some relief and stock might essentially normalize or try to even maybe drift lower. But I have seen it many times with stocks like, and I have shared it many times too. If you are new to the channel, we were talking about SMCI doing this. We were talking about Palantir doing it. We were talking about Nvidia doing it. Look what happens when stock goes parabolic. When stock goes parabolic, this is SMCI. It just kept going from 30 bucks. It goes to like $100. And you can see when it happens by gapping up, and then it just goes into the Friday. And again, this was the like different case where it was also the option expiration Friday, which is big. You will see some sort of move like this, big flushing move where people capitalize their options and selling pressure just hits and just stock just goes like in a day 15%, 17%, 20% down, and it doesn't matter what kind of stocks you have. Okay, so we were talking about Nvidia doing it a couple times actually, and something like this I'm watching right here, right now. I'm not telling you that you have to buy the stock or you have to sell your stock. I'm sure if you are trading the stock, you know better how to manage your position. CRWV, COREWEAVE. And at the moment on a 5-minute chart, I'm essentially watching this name possibly take out 119. Basically take all these shorts for a ride and maybe fade a little bit into the close, maybe close, even if it closes, let's say at 110, and then tomorrow, Friday, it gaps up. We have a long weekend coming up. then I might be interested to trade it. But so far, it's just this price action. It's not my cup of tea. I'm not long, I'm not short, because I'm a directional trader. I like to go long and short with the stock, essentially when premiums are favorable and not like jacked up like this. When it's jacked up like this, I don't mind trading 0DTE, but you can see options are very, very expensive, and you need to keep that in mind. Okay, so essentially I will go right here where options, let's take a look at the option change. So it's being driven by the options and shorts getting squeezed, and not much people essentially being able to borrow shares to short this stock possibly. So max pain for this week apparently 93. I'm not sure how it's going to change after today's price action, but you get the idea. So my plan for this, I think I even posted it for YouTube members, saying that I'm seeing people pretty much trying to sell the stock, taking some profits, where I was seeing like profit taking even right here, but again, it could be buying as well, but we don't know. But I'm assuming that at these levels, it would be smart when stock goes a few hundred percentage points. It's smart to sell it and take at least some off the table, and even initial capital off the table, and pretty much ride the profits. So I think that's what was happening. But again, it can go more insane than you think. But I'm watching for something like this. Today, it can just do identical price action like this it had done yesterday, or it can even flush down into the close. We don't know, but I'm essentially saying here is that risk here for me is not to the upside, even though it can squeeze, but there's not much risk to the upside. If it breaks out this 119.45, sure, it can go maybe, I don't know, like 125, okay, 130, but the flush down could happen larger, 90, 85, 80. It can happen, okay? I have seen it many, many times. It doesn't matter what kind of company it is purely momentum driven, okay? Absolutely nothing about fundamentals. I think they dumped some notes into this move, I think yesterday, 2 billion or something like that. So watching this name for some sort of a flush down, considering overall market is pretty much undecisive right now. Maybe it wants to pull back a little bit more, but we'll see. But careful regarding the option activity. Careful trying to chase it especially. So that's the update, not a buy or sell recommendation. I'm watching this name essentially to flush down 10-15%, maybe even 20% at some point. But again, these videos are purely for entertainment purposes only. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Take care. Peace.